My name is Andisiwe Mahamba. I am the Regional Compliance Lead for Southern Africa. So what I do as the compliance lead is make sure that Flutterwave is conducting business in the best possible way. While we're maximizing revenue, we also need to make sure that we keep our relationships with the regulators and all key stakeholders above board. So we keep the card schemes and our acquirers and all the rules and regulations that they have in place above board, and also making sure that we do our regulatory submissions and basically just follow the rules while we're doing business and making lives easier for everyone across Africa. The experience with Flutterwave so far has been amazing. I think obviously not without challenges, adjusting from a regulatory and banking background, more so on the legal side, and then moving into, compliance within the payment space has been quite an adjustment. Obviously, the environment is very different, and dealing with people across the globe has also been somewhat of an eye-opener, because we have staff pretty much everywhere, from the UK and the US to certain parts of Africa and even Lithuania. So Flutterwave made sense for me because it is something that I had been working on previously in terms of financial inclusion for the greater African population. So it always made sense that we transition into Flutterwave and make sure that I'm part of this big vision and bringing all of that to life with all of our merchants and other people who might want to pay for services everywhere across the globe. I think the biggest challenge for anyone in compliance, actually, not just at Flutterwave, is the perception around compliance. People think compliance is the police. You're there to tell people what they've been doing wrong and to wag your finger and tell them not to do it again. And I think it's bigger than just that. Compliance is supposed to be a business enabler, allowing business to do what they do, but making sure that they do it in the right way, because you might want to cut corners now, but it will catch up with you later. And compliance is just to say, let's get it right up front. So big challenge for me has been sort of the pushback, where business is thinking, well, you don't want me to make money, and you're just there to make sure that they're making money in the best way possible, and to make sure that they don't get fines and lose all that money that they've made at the end of the day. So I think that's the biggest challenge with compliance in general, not just at Flutterwave, but certainly one of the things that I'm working quite aggressively to change. I think a lot of people would be surprised to learn that I'm actually an introvert. I'm actually quite a shy person. I'm very open with people that I'm kind of used to, that I've known for a while. And also, in the work environment, because you have to kind of be somewhat outgoing as a compliance officer. But generally, I'm actually very reserved and quiet. And people who meet me outside of work get surprised that I don't have that much to say when I'm not speaking about what I do. So if you're looking to get into compliance at Flutterwave, I think you must be willing to put in the work. You must be willing to sort of have uncomfortable conversations if they need to happen. And once that is out of the way, I think you would enjoy it. It's a lovely environment for one to be in. But again, as is the case with a lot of places, I think there are some areas where you sort of need to navigate. And in the fintech space, it's about adjusting and pivoting very quickly. Things change at the drop of a hat, and you need to be somebody who's flexible and willing to change when the need does arise.